I never imagined a few photographs could unravel everything we had built. It all began when I sensed a shift in Alina. She grew distant, constantly glued to her phone, texting into the night and laughing at messages I never got to see. I didn't want to jump to conclusions, so I trusted her, gave her space. But cracks started forming the day I stumbled upon a picture on social media. Her and her boss, Adam, standing far too close, his hand resting on her waist, both smiling in a way that felt anything but professional. I didn't confront her right away. I needed to be sure. So I started observing how often she mentioned Adam, how she laughed a little too hard at his jokes, how she kept calling him understanding and easy to talk to. Each time she gushed about how he helped her deal with stress, something inside me twisted. Still, I said nothing. I waited for something concrete. One evening, I casually asked to borrow her phone to make a quick call. Her body stiffened. She clutched it a little tighter before hesitantly handing it over. That brief hesitation said more than words ever could. When she stepped out of the room, I checked her hidden photo gallery. What I found hollowed me out. Countless selfies of her with Adam. At restaurants, in his car, even at a beach resort. None of it looked innocent. None of it looked professional. When I finally confronted her, her reaction was a punch to the gut. She laughed. Actually laughed. "You're seriously mad over a few selfies with my boss?" She scoffed, rolling her eyes like I was some overjealous fool. That laugh, dismissive, cold, cut deeper than the photos. It wasn't just mockery. It was her way of telling me my feelings didn't matter. That this marriage, our years together, didn't weigh heavily on her at all. I looked her in the eyes and asked the one thing I needed to know. "Is there something going on between you two?" She rolled her eyes again, called me paranoid, said I was always imagining things. But her tone, her defensiveness, the way she avoided my gaze, it was all the answer I needed. Her silence was louder than any admission. That night, I packed a small bag and left without another word. I went to my brother's place. I didn't call her. Didn't text. I needed space to think. When I told him what happened, he was livid. He told me I should cut ties and never look back. But walking away from 4 years of marriage isn't that simple. It's not just memories you leave behind. It's a part of yourself. The next day, my phone lit up with messages from her. Apologies. Excuses. Please to come home. She said I was overreacting, that it was all harmless, that I was making it into something it wasn't. She twisted the narrative, tried to make me feel like I was the problem. But it was too late. The damage was already done. 2 days later, she showed up at my brother's house. Her face was pale, eyes tired. She looked like she hadn't slept in days. She begged to talk. Said she missed me. Claimed it never got physical, only emotional. "He just listened more than you did," she whispered, tears streaming down her cheeks. That confession stung more than anything else. I had tried. Worked long hours to keep us afloat. Planned date nights even when I was exhausted. Remembered the small things just to make her smile. And still, she felt more seen by someone who barely knew her. I didn't yell. Didn't argue. I just stood up and quietly closed the door in her face. Weeks passed. I focused on myself. Threw myself into work. Went to therapy. Reconnected with people who treated me with kindness. Meanwhile, Alina kept trying. Long emails, emotional voice notes. She even came to my office once, asking for just 5 minutes. I told security not to let her in again. Eventually, I filed for divorce. Not out of revenge. Out of respect for myself. Without trust, a marriage is nothing but a shell. She cried in court. Told the judge she never meant to hurt me. Maybe she didn't. But intent doesn't erase the pain you cause. Some mutual friends told me later that Adam had been let go from his job due to inappropriate conduct. Apparently, Alina wasn't the only one he got close to. She reached out one final time. Said she felt used. Said she regretted everything. But by then, I had nothing left to give her. Not sympathy, not anger, not love. I had already walked away, emotionally and mentally. And honestly, it was never just about the pictures. It was about how casually she dismissed my pain, how she mocked the hurt I felt, how she minimized her betrayal as if it were meaningless. Those selfies were just the tip of the iceberg. A glimpse into a truth I didn't want to see. But I'm grateful I saw it when I did. Now I live with peace, with honesty around me. I may have walked away from a marriage, but I walked into something better, clarity, something no fake smile in a photo could ever offer me.